What I have here is a preformed 3-to-3 lingual arch that's got the pads on the cuspids, and they're covered up in plaster right now. And then I've got individual pads that I've roughened up and I've super glued onto the incisors. And I put just a touch of super glue on the superior border and let capillary action pull it down into the padded area just to hold it in place. But if I try to solder it with just the super glue, I've tried that before, and the super glue breaks down and the pad, it can move around. So I don't want it to move around. So then I put some stone on the superior side of it and just got a little bit over it on the edge just to hold it down, and also put a little bit of stone down here, just touching it just a little bit just to hold it down, leaving as much soldering surface as possible. Now I've roughened everything up so it's a good soldering surface. And what I've done is I've shown this probe thing before in other videos, but I've got solder already preloaded onto 4 wires. And this is the nickel silver alloy solder I use in all my videos. There's a lot of discussion about that if you want to know more about that on my other videos. But I'm going to just simply dip this in flux and transfer the flux onto the solder area and let the solder transfer over to the pad. Real simple procedure. Now I've got my propane oxygen torch, and I've got the flame real small and a little bit hot. I'm going to adjust my oxygen a little bit. Okay. Now I can kind of keep the heat confined to each individual area. I'm going to turn on my exhaust fan here, try to keep the fumes out of my face while I do this. And I've got a little flux on here. I'm going to transfer it. We'll start over here first. Let me turn around where you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and put flux. I'm going to get a brush. I'm going to go ahead and put flux on all of them, because if the adjacent ones are going to get hot as well, I'm just going to spread a bunch of flux out here. This is just going to protect them, because if they get hot without any flux on it, they're liable to get some carbon on it, and that ain't going to be really good for soldering. So here we go. Okay, there's one of them. So with this probe, it just makes it real easy, and with it anchored down real well with the stone, they don't move around. Just go from one to the next. I don't think I got that one real well. Okay, there we go. Can't tell if I got the pad on that one or not. Nice thing with it being anchored down like this is I can go ahead and soak it to dissolve the flux so I can see what I've got. There we go. Yeah, I don't think this one got onto the pad. I think it just got wrapped around the wire. So go back in there and heat that up again, see if I can get it onto the pad. A little more flux here. Okay, I may have messed that one up. I don't know. I'll have to just put that in the water and let the flux dissolve and see where I am on that. So we'll do that and take a look at it. So I've dissolved the flux, and I took a stone and kind of shaped up the solder joints, got some of the bulk off, and I'm not done with this. I got to do a little bit more shaping, and then I'm going to polish it up. Got to micro etch the bonding surfaces of the pads. Now this is the model I soldered it on, and I'm going to make a delivery matrix tray, but I couldn't do it on this one, so I had the foresight to duplicate the model, and then after I get this all cleaned up and finished shaped up and everything, I'll put it back on this model and make the delivery matrix tray. So by using these little pre-loaded soldering probes, that just helps to transfer the solder on there and move it around and get it secure. All right, I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.